Overwatch? No. Apex Legends? No. CSGO? Yeah, no. A mix between them all? Hell yes. In today's video, we're going to talk about an exciting upcoming tactical hero-based shooter FPS game called Project A. It's a pretty cool name for a game, right? So in this video, you guys are going to see gameplay, and you're going to see why it looks like CSGO, Overwatch, Apex Legends, and probably many other FPS games you've played in the past. Let's talk about what we know up to this point about Project A. So first off, Project A is being developed by Riot Games. They are an American video game developer, publisher, and esports tournament organizer based out of LA. Riot Games is most notably known for their extremely successful MOBA game, League of Legends. So yeah, it's safe to say that Riot Games has credibility and they know how to really create a successful competitive based game. So I think we can expect something similar from Project A. Now, what will Project A release on? We don't know yet, but it's almost certain that PC will of course be a definite. I think it would be awesome if it came out for console as well, but we do not know at this time. 2020 is the expected release year, but we have heard no mention of an alpha or beta yet at this time. So how many players will be in a match? Project A, from what we know, is a 5-on-5 team-based shooter. At first glance, it definitely looks most similar to CSGO, with hip-firing guns, enemies dying quickly, and the general movement on the map. But as you watch, you notice the characters doing all sorts of class-specific type hero abilities. This is where it begins to have elements of Overwatch and Apex Legends. If you are a past Counter-Strike player or still play, I'm definitely curious to hear your opinion on this game after you learn a little about it. Let me know below in the comments. There will likely be many game modes available for 5-on-5, but it is confirmed that there will be a max round 12 search and destroy type game mode with a bomb site A and B and teams swapping attack/defense at halftime. This is very similar to Counter-Strike, but I am imagining it will play out much differently considering we are bringing hero abilities into the equation now. So what kind of hero abilities are we talking here? Will they be super powerful like in Overwatch Ultimate? Well, from what we know from people who have actually played this game, including a former CSGO pro player named Henry G, is that these hero abilities will not be super crazy OP or anything like that, but should more so be used as a tactical utility in a fight. This is great news, guys, especially for a game that looks like it will be pushing the competitive environment and almost certainly entering into the esports universe. When you get crazy hero abilities flying everywhere in games, sure, it can be fun, but it can also sometimes be challenging to balance this correctly, and it can take away from the core skill of gunplay. Not in Project A, or at least not as far as we can tell. It really looks like your gun skill, accompanied by your tactical knowledge, will still be at the forefront of how to win a match, and that these hero abilities will be very useful, but not 100% controlling of who wins the game. I really like this idea. It sounds like the hero abilities will require practice and will offer slight advantages to those that master them, but people just picking up the game will not be able to just use an ability and wipe out 2 or 3 players just like that. Hero abilities will do things such as add extra movement mechanics, deploy things like smoke, resurrect players, and jumping and throwing knives around like a madman like you can see in this gameplay video. Now, most would assume that to get your hero abilities, you would just choose a specific class and have access to them. Not really in Project A. From what we have heard, at the start of a round, you will be able to purchase weapons and or abilities, and as the match goes on, you will earn more money to be spent furthermore on weapons or abilities. Interesting to think about. So maybe at the start of a round, you can actually choose to not even start with a primary weapon, but instead purchase an ability. I don't know. This economy type system for weapons and abilities is most famously known from Counter-Strike. You have to get kills and win rounds to get more money, and then it's up to you to decide how to best spend the money on your weapons and skills. You might want to play a round or two with a basic setup like pistols and try to save up money for an upcoming round where you can go all out with your money and be absolutely decked out. This economy system adds more depth to the game and adds a lot more strategy elements that you will have to consider if you want to win. No matter what class you choose though, everyone will have the same access to weaponry through this in-game economy. A one bullet headshot with one of the primary rifles, no matter what class or hero you are running, will do enough damage to kill an opponent. It seems like the game will definitely be fairly balanced well at the start. Keep working on that aim, guys. Gunplay is going to be very important. The game overall looks very, very smooth, and I'm sure it will turn out to be smooth. It has the Overwatch cartoony type vibe, which allows for games to more easily run super smoothly at a higher FPS. There will definitely be plenty of hit scan weapons, guys. For those of you who do not know what a hit scan weapon is, they are weapons where when you aim your reticle on an enemy player and click that fire button, the target will take immediate damage. There is no travel time for the bullets to get to their target. The opposite of that is projectile weapons, which we see a lot more of these days. Think of snipers in like Fortnite, for example. You have to lead your bullets and also account for bullet drop. Both type of weapons are pretty cool, but we can definitely expect most weapons to be hit scan in this particular game, just like Counter-Strike. Now, projectile-based shooters are really cool, and they offer a different experience with a whole new set of skills to acquire to be successful, but projectile games are also easier to be unbalanced. You have to worry more about lag issues and how it affects your shots, etc. For a competitive-based 5-on-5 shooter like Project A, I think they are making the right move by using hit scan primarily. Now, the weapons will definitely have unique spray patterns from each other, and certain weapons will be better suited for different situations, of course, like most other games you could say. As far as maps go, they seem to have a cleaner look to them as opposed to something like a Battlefield map with shadows and shrubbery and details everywhere. I think this is also a good idea for a really competitive based esports type game. There will be lanes on the maps and choke points, very similar to Counter-Strike once again. And although I think the maps will look pleasing to the eye, it seems the developers are more focused on how to achieve a balanced gameplay substance on the maps versus making a map that just looks really cool. Maybe Infinity Ward could take notes from these guys. Guys, this is a really cool looking game, and to be honest, I'm expecting it to be a big player in the future of esports. You might just see Project A on a TV when you are out at a bar having a few drinks. I know I have seen Overwatch on before when I was out. That was pretty cool. So thanks so much for watching this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I will continue to cover Project A news as we get it. I do all sorts of videos on this channel, guys, ranging from comedy videos to live streams to tutorials to game reviews to product reviews, etc. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you guys are interested in future content. I look forward to seeing you guys again in the future. Have a nice day.